Hey, Dr. Fred DiDomenico with Tuesday Morning Transformation, and this is so awesome! I've been excited for a month to bring you this part because it's part 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what's part 1? Honor God within yourself. Hey, we're created in perfection. We're a child of God. When we know and experience that, then we can exercise love in our life. We realize we are full of love. We're created from love. Then we can bring that out into the world. Now, once we're in that loving state, man, then we can forgive. We can release the past. We can release all that internal noise that's blocking us, right? And we can part that veil into a higher consciousness. We can live from the inside out. So that way, the voice that is within us, that life force, that voice, is louder inside than every condition outside. What does that do? It helps you stand on an unshakable rock. It gives you confidence. It gives you freedom, because he that is within me is greater than he that's in the world. What's that mean? You have confidence no matter what happens outside you, everything comes from the inside out. Now, once you get to that point, then it parts that veil. It's like Moses parting the Red Sea, right? All of a sudden, you can hear the whispers of God. You can get direction. All that noise calms down. You can have peace, and then we can help follow our soul purpose in a guided way that makes our life even greater. Okay, so today, what we're going to talk about is living in now, how to live with presence. And time is a perception and an emotion. What was that? It's a perception and an emotion. You're like, hey, wait, no, I watched the clock. What the heck are you talking about? Well, here's an example. When you're in an intolerable situation, then every second seems like an eternity, right? Every millisecond is pain. When you're doing something that you're totally immersed in and you're joyful, time seems to fly by. Do you ever notice, like, you'll open a cupboard or something and a glass or something falls out and it's like slow motion, and then all of a sudden you put your hand, you're like, wow, that was a great catch. All of a sudden time shifted, right? So time is a perception and emotion. Now, clock time is horizontal. What's that mean? You got a past, present, and future. And so here in the present, what we do is, because our mind wants to know what's known, your mind loves certainty. It loves to know things. Then it files them in your subconscious mind. So what's that mean? So everything in your past, your mind associates in your present. That's why we bring our past into our present. Have you ever noticed the same things happen in your life? You notice similar patterns, different faces, different conditions, right? So our mind loves what's known. But what it's also going to do, it's going to look at a condition in our present, and it's going to project that into our future. So people walk around in a state of anxiety because they're worried about something in the future that may happen again, right? We create these problems. Our mind is a strategic tool, and so what it tries to do is solve problems in the future and brings anxiety in our present. So when clock time is horizontal, do we ever really have peace? We have our past influencing our present. We have our future influencing our present. So in this present moment, what's our state? So our mind is like a flowing river of incessant thought. What's that mean? You think your way through life. You identify with your mind. You think that's who you are, and you're not. You're the beingness. That's why we start with honor God within yourself. The physical world is second. Our beingness, our spirit is first, and we create from the inside out. What's that mean? We are not thought. We are consciousness before the thought. Now, think about that one for a minute. Not think about it, but be that. Feel that in your body. You are before your mind. So when we realize our mind is a tool, I'm not my mind. I'm the beingness before my mind. I'm a spiritual being. My mind has thought, and I can actually have spiritual thoughts. What's that mean? I can have the thoughts of God. Now, in spiritual time, as a spiritual being, and even in this earth and the physical world, presence is vertical time. What's that mean? A second ago has already passed. It's a fact in our past. A second from now doesn't even exist yet. So if we look at a plane, and that's presence right now. No, I don't care what, I mean, I do care, but whatever condition you have in your life right now, that you may be battling, you may be stressed about, do you have a problem right now, this second, as you're watching this? And you know what that answer is? It's no. So do you really have any problems in your life in any moment? Or are you bringing your future into your present? So when we can become present and realize the only thing that exists is this moment right now, then I can release the past. I can realize that I'm a creative being. The whole world can change in a moment. Everybody knows that. In 1 second, everything changes. Right? So when we come into presence, we feel the joy. Presence is a connection with God. You know why? Because God is between the noise. God is in the space before the noise. It's between the notes and the music. Right? It's between the moments and the noise that you hear outside. So when you see yourself, and consciousness is first, and this is second, and we come into presence, we can breathe that in and we feel the joy. Now, just a quick example of losing all presence and trying to maintain that. Last week, my girlfriend and I, Alyssa, were flying to Missouri. I was going to speak at Logan Chiropractic College to the students. And man, we like to get there early. We like to eat. 7.5 hours on a plane. Man, I don't want to eat pretzels for 7.5 hours, okay? So it's the only time we're running late. Man, I'm stressed. What are we gonna do? We go to check in, right? It's an airline I don't have status on. So, oh my God, the check-in line is huge. I'm watching my watch. I'm watching the clock. Then we get there. I'm usually TSA pre-check. Why? Because we're airport snobs, right? And all of a sudden, we're not TSA pre-check. Now I'm pissed. The line. It's security. TSA is huge. Like, oh, that figures. The only time we're running late. All the lines are long. So I'm saying, man, we're not going to make it. I'm going to have to eat pretzels for 7 hours. Yeah, this is me being totally present, right? Now, in the past, I would have been the guy going, oh, God, where everybody's looking at you and you're wondering what's going on. That was me years ago. You know why? Because I'm Italian. I'm not going to eat pretzels. Okay? And so she's saying, no, it's okay. We're going to make it. So I'm like, okay, take a breath. Why? How do we come into presence? How do you get out of your mind? Because you use your body. See, breathing, breath, when you breathe, and you focus on your breath, you come into your body, you feel your body, and you release your mind. Breath is a powerful tool for presence. So I'm like, you know what? She's probably right, because how many times have we been stressed about some impending doom that never happens? You create all this anxiety, and then exactly what you want ends up working out. So I'm like, you know what? I've done this in the past. I'm not going to do it. I just breathe. Of course, a half hour, 40 minutes later, we're sitting in the restaurant. I'm filling my belly fat with tacos. So we take a big fat nap on the plane and everything's great. It all works out. How many times do we stress? We get out of present time and we stress about stuff and it just works out because it always does. See, that's being in your mind. So spiritual time is vertical. In every vertical moment, there is joy, there's presence, there's connection with God, there's peace, there's silence from all the internal noise and all the external noise. And from this place, you get connected to God. Your innate gets connected with the universe and God. We actually can hear the whispers that guide us into our best life. Now, how do we do this? You say, okay, that sounds great. How the hell do I do it? First, take a breath. How do we get out of our mind? Well, in meditation, it took me 25 years to learn this, because we meditate, we visualize, man, I'm great, I'm doing successful habits, and then we run around the rest of the day stressing. And what I just realized about 2 years ago is meditation, in that state of peace, is your reference point that you come back to. And anytime you're not in peace, what a concept. We just don't do it, and then we walk around stressed all day. Right? That's our reference points when we're not in peace. We've conditioned ourselves to come back. So first of all, how do we break that? How do we find presence? Well, first of all, you breathe. Second of all, you feel your body. You ever notice how meditation tapes that go, relax your scalp, relax your eyes, relax your mouth, relax your face, relax your arms? Because what are they doing? Thank you for this truck going by. What are they doing? They're helping you feel your body. Why? Because it gets you out of that class 5 rapids of thought. So we feel our body, so we breathe in. Just focus on the body, feel the energy in your body, feel your spirit in your body, and radiate it out. Imagine if your body was a strainer. You know, like a strainer where you wash water through your food and you wash it off. Imagine if your body was like a strainer, because on a quantum level, we're more space than we are matter. So imagine we breathe in. We feel our body, we feel that white light radiating out, because our aura has about a 3-foot radius. It can even be more. So we illuminate, and you feel your body, and imagine a plane in this moment right now. The past is gone, there is no future. I just feel my body right now. And then we feel joy, we feel peace, and you feel it in your body. And then you memorize it. Say, okay, God, this is where you are. I'm totally connected with the universe. I'm totally connected with God. You're illuminating. White light is radiating out from you, and I feel it right in this moment now. And then you memorize that in your body, and you do it over and over and over again. So when I'm anxious and I'm in that line and I'm not in TSA pre-check, right, and I'm hungry and my stomach's growling, in one breath I can come back to peace. I realize I don't have a problem now. What do we want to happen? I can see that happening, and we can create it now. So every moment that you come into presence, then you put your intention in the universe. It's like releasing a helium balloon, right? You ever release a helium balloon and you watch where the wind takes it and you're so excited, how high is it gonna go until I can't see it anymore? That's like putting your intention out in the universe. You release it, you let it go, and you let God take it. And you just have the joy of watching it fall right in front of you. Everything in your life can be right in front of you. You know, they just had Hurricane Irma in Florida, and they have all these wildfires going. Do you know that hurricanes happen in tropical areas? They have a purpose in nature. Because what they do is they clear out all the underbrush. Because if they didn't, the tropical areas forest would be so thick, nothing new would grow. So hurricanes clean things out. In the mountains, wildfire clears out the underbrush. So you have natural wildfires, of course some of these were man-made, right? Because they clear out the underbrush for new growth. Now I'm not judging anybody's tragedy, and we certainly are sending prayers, but sometimes we have hurricanes in our life because they got to clear out the stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have seemingly wildfires, but everything has a purpose. It has a purpose in our soul journey. We send our prayers to the people in the hurricanes and that are affected by the wildfires. Yet time and events have a perception and an emotion. Sometimes we have emotional hurricanes or emotional wildfires, when in reality they're clearing out old things to release us into a new level of consciousness so we can be great. Guess what? We can drive from Florida to California and our headlights only see 200 feet. Yet we can get all the way across the country 200 feet at a time. That's presence. All we need is the next 200 feet. God has our path. Everything in our life moves us toward our soul purpose. So let's be present now. All we need to see is 200 feet, and every other answer is in front of us. Okay, do those exercises, live in peace, have presence. Everything in life has a purpose, moving you toward your soul purpose. I'm excited for next week. See you then.